Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Marvel Rivals video. Today we're talking about the Marvel Rival devs, and they came out and basically have told everyone they are not trolling data miners. You're probably thinking, why is this important information? Well, we're going to try and break it down here for you guys today. If you can find this information somewhat helpful or the video helpful, feel free to drop a like. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with everything related to Marvel Rivals, and be sure to turn on the notification bell to never miss an upload like this. I really do appreciate the support, and as always, let me know what you think down below in the comments. So it says here, Marvel Rival developers say they are not trolling data miners. We would rather spend our time developing the game. Marvel Rival data miners think they developers are trolling them with lists of potential future characters hidden in the game's code. But NetEase and Marvel have came out and they have said they have better things to do, like actually make the game. Last month, data miners began sharing names of potential heroes hidden in the code of Marvel Rivals. A few who seemed to be confirmed pretty quickly, as when Fantastic Four were officially announced. However, as the list of data mined heroes grew, a different rumor began to circulate in the community. Some of the names were fake, planted there by developers to mislead data miners. Even now, there's a disagreement in the community as to which, if any, of the data mine characters are really being seriously considered for the game. We recently had the opportunity to directly ask Marvel Rival producers and Marvel Games executive Danny Koo if they are secretly performing an elaborate troll. And while it sounds like they are having no pranks pulled here, we should still take all the names being found in the code with a grain of salt. Here's what they had to say. So firstly, we want to say that we don't recommend anybody to make adjustments to the files of the game, he began. Also, you can see that for each character's design, actually we come through with a very complicated process and we make a lot of concepts, trials, prototypes, development, etc. So there could be some information left in the code, and that might mean that we have tried those directions and they may appear or may not appear in our future plans. And whether or not they will appear in our future pipeline is highly depending on what kind of gameplay experience our players would expect in the game. He added, if I could add a 10-year plan, it would be great, but the team experimented with a lot of playstyles, heroes. It was like there's someone doing scratch paperwork and then they just left a notebook there, and someone, a data miner, decided to open it without no context. I pushed a little, asking them point blank if they were deliberately trolling people, and they said no. We would rather spend our time developing the actual game. In the same conversation, we also discussed how a character gets chosen to be added into Marvel Rivals in the first place. The two told me that the team plans updates roughly in a year in advance, which is actually a long time, and is committed to keep its current pace of adding new characters every month and a half. For each update, NetEase first looks at what type of character and skill set is needed to balance out the rest of the game, and adds a variety more to the roster, and come up with a list of several different possible additions. He told me that the part of NetEase's strategy for achieving game balance is now focused less on aggressively tweaking existing characters to be perfectly fine-tuned, and add more on adding new characters and experiences to keep things fresh, filling gaps, and support characters that are a bit weak with the new team abilities, or counter characters that might be a little too strong. Once they have a list of possibilities, NetEase then takes the suggestions to Marvel Games and begin working on initial designs. From there, they look at what community is currently excited about, as well as what has been planned in a year advance in other Marvel divisions, such as a big film or comic arc explaining coming that can't tie a character in with. That helps them come to a final decision on who's going into the game. As all this explains why there might be a lot of different heroes listed in the code, NetEase just has a lot of ideas tossing around all the time. Marvel Rivals was a great launch, and each new character only seems to make it more powerful, with the Human Torch and Thing coming later this month, etc, etc. So this is very interesting information right here. So for those who don't know what's going on, not too long ago there was people talking about how there was a bunch of characters on the list of so-called up-and-coming characters, and people were speculating that some of them might not be real. Now, don't get me wrong, I feel like there is a lot of characters on that list that are not in the game's immediate future, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to come to the game at all. They could, they might not. Like it says in the article here, they throw around a lot of ideas, and not everything is going to get accepted straight away. So, you know, the thing is with Marvel Rivals, you've got to remember as well that there's a lot of people playing this game at the moment, and basically going through the game's files and trying to find different nuggets of information that could help the audience get excited for different stuff. Now, obviously, what do you think about this? There is a lot of people that were worried about certain characters not coming into the game. They might not as soon as possible, but never say never. So honestly, this is good information in my opinion. I'm happy that the developers are just working on the game, trying to make it more fun for us, trying to make it a better game for us, as any developers should do with their games. So yeah, I hope you guys find this information somewhat helpful. I definitely hope that the list of potential characters that we have seen over the past number of weeks, and maybe the month or two, will at some point all come into the game. But we'll have to wait and see what the future holds for Marvel Rivals. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Are you excited for these characters to potentially get added into the game? Do you think Marvel Rivals are making the right move by saying this? And I would love to hear all of your thoughts. So have a great rest of your day, gamers. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.